Welcome back, baby. You did it again. How we doing, champ? I just like freaking destroy all headphone users with that punch. Welcome, man. It's good to see you. We're gonna have a great day today. All right, so while we navigate through Tama and just yeet ourselves into the most dangerous area with our prospect, what we're going to do is we're going to look at the Epithal, and we're going to make sure that if it was killed by a solo person, we're going to try to see how your Epithal can be fixed. This is a ship that we recommend a lot for new bros and for people doing PI. It is one of the most used ships in the game. The first one, immediately, we're in low sec, and we got an afterburner, we've got some tank mods, and we've got some various things coming in. We already see some problems. Let's see what we were getting here. This is a 13 million ISK loss, and the main loss is just in the modules, wasn't hauling anything, easy peasy. It was killed by an ENI in the wrong place at the wrong time. I don't know how people are supposed to pronounce this word. All right, so while we warp around, we are here. We are gonna be doing some various things. So we're gonna check this out. Okay, so the Epithal coming in, and off the cuff, it's not terrible. It's not terrible, but what we have here is a lack of understanding of align time. What you want to do is you want to look at the align time that's right here. You can see as we click these, they're all still sub 6. So you actually only need 2 of these to stay sub 6. The other thing we're seeing is we have 3 low friction nozzle joints. Not the worst thing to put there. But you can see if I get rid of one of these, we're still sub 6, or sub 7, excuse me. If I get rid of another one, it's still sub 7, so we don't even need those 2. So with only 2 eye stabs and 1 tech 1 low friction, this is what I'm talking about. That these 3-4 slots were actually wasted. They were not needed. Let's talk about this too. We do have the correct afterburner. We've talked about the afterburner pulse trick. You can align 1 pulse the afterburner and then warp, and it will help you to warp out faster. You don't need to do that if your align time is less than 8 seconds, which is what this is. So having this afterburner here and the align time is a waste of time. It's not something I think you should do. It ends up hurting your overall fit. It's not good. I would not run these is what I'm saying. So let's get rid of the eye stabs completely, because the afterburner is going to take care of all of this align time. We're at a sub 11. The 1 pulse in the afterburner will take it down to this. Can you explain sub 7? Sure. So right here, see how our align time is less than 11. Every server tick is 1 second. So if you have 10.2, 10.5, 10.7, as far as the gameplay is concerned, that doesn't matter. It's just less than 11 seconds because the server tick updates 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. So if I press cloak on server tick 2, I'm sub 3. I'm cloaking sub 3. If I press cloak on server tick 1, I'm sub 2. So if someone's insta-locking you, they don't care if you're 10.2 or 10.5. It's still sub 11, right? And my allergies chat are killing me, so thanks for your prayers. So why you don't want to fit both of these is because they do the same thing and they kind of counteract each other, because having the eye stabs there gets your align time low, but so does the afterburner, so it's not worth it. So let's look at his mid slots here too. I don't disagree with these. It's really hard to get the proper shield mods coming in with a lot of the stuff coming on, but I can tell you though that we're going to put multi-spectrums in the mids here, because you're not going to be covert ops cloaking. You don't need a passive cloak. A lot of times you'll see this happen where people that are flying ships that are non-covert ops cloaks are going to put on like a passive shield mod. The passive shield mods help you when you're invisible to still get tank. But if you're not cloaked, you can just have the medium shield on. And look, our EHP went up like 2K. So already pretty good here. Now, many of you know what I'm going to say. If you're in low sec, this guy got caught because he's not flying a warp core stab. He doesn't even have a warp core stab in his lows. He's asking to be killed. Look, all it took was 1 ship, just an ENI, coming in, popping him. If he had a warp core stab, he might have been able to get away, but because he didn't, now he died. This was in low sec, y'all. This is gonna be a very different fit compared to high sec, okay? This is gonna be completely different environments, completely different things. This is what a basic ship should look like. So what else can you have with this? Well, we're going to brick the lows. We're going to brick tank this. We're gonna make it hard to kill you. So we're up to 11K, and you know what, chat? We are gonna put a damage control on here as well, just to get some good old-fashioned stuff coming in, because when you're new to the game, your objective is to survive. By the way, we're back into very low sec right now. So if I die, remember me as I was. We're going to put a damage control in there, and those 2 modules already put us to 14K EHP. The reality is no EHP is going to save you. You have to try to go for utility, but we're going to try to do the best we can with the modules we have. The other thing that you're going to put here is you're going to put transverse bulkhead 1s here, and we're up to 17K. Now, With the warp core stab and the 1 pulse afterburner, we're going to be able to align out and probably get out. This kind of ship is going to be very difficult to fly in low sec. This is actually the extent of what I recommend you do when you have a low sec Epithal. I don't even think there's anything else we could put on the top here to be helpful of any kind. Here's what I'll say about this. We're going to call this danger PI hauler. Here's the reality of this. You shouldn't be flying an Epithal in low sec. You just shouldn't, because it's going to get caught. And this is a ship that is built for high sec space. This is a newbie ship. Daniel says this is not better than the Occator. Not at all. This is a T1 PI specific hauler. That's what the Epithal is. Okay. Tech 1 is not better than Tech 2 any time. Instead, what should you do? Well, what I'm going to show you is when you're in doing your high sec PI, I recommend, and you'll find that my fits are very similar, where we even don't even have the afterburner. We just have like straight tank, and we even have an oh, can I put an interdiction nullifier on this? Yeah, dude. Let's see it. Let me come back to this. We see it's the PI hauler. Yeah, can we put an interdiction nullifier in this? Because that's going to absolutely change the game. Our goal is now to get an interdiction nullifier on this. So how do we fit some compact stuff here? A good thing to do with these haulers is to put the azotropic stuff on here, because it is less intensive on your CPUs and it reduces your sig radius. And there it is. Now we have a compact one. Look at that, chat. We just fixed our own fit. So danger PI hauler, here it is. You want to have an interdiction nullifier on here so that you can get through bubbles. Okay, I'll put this fit in the description of this video. This is the Epithal fit I recommend when you're going into low sec. The reality is you should not be flying an Epithal in low sec because you have bad EHP, bad stats. This is a Tech 1 ship. It's meant to be used in more new areas. You should be flying other ships. Like what, Loru? Like a Squall. A Squall is a really good start to get into low sec area. Now this is a bit of a meme because I was playing with stuff. Okay, let's go for a null sec danger cloaky boy. I think this was no. See, chat? Oh, chat, I'm sad. No, we can put a burst jammer on this. Wait, chat. Can I put a burst jammer on this? Burst jammer, my love. How long has it been? How long? Oh, chat, look at us. Just the two of us. Now, here's the thing with these. These don't work if you have an interdiction nullifier on. So I'm actually glad that I forgot about this. You need to do your meta checks yourself, because they literally brick themselves if you have both of them equipped. A burst jammer is really good for if there's a lot of ships pointing you at once. So if you keep getting ganked by a lot of ships, take off the interdiction nullifier and put on the burst jammer. If you keep getting bubbled, there's a lot of bubbles. Marsha. Just put in the interdiction nullifier instead of the burst jammer. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this in the cargo here. That way you can use it just in case. I will put this in the Loru Gaming in-game chat as well. Let's check out the Squall that we were just showing y'all. Okay, and this is not a Squall video, so I'll put this in the description and just call it. The NOSes are just a meme, and if you lock onto somebody, you might as well take their cap because you're going to be, doing stuff anyway. I'll put this fit in the description for you as well. This is meant to be a cloak trick Squall. This is meant to be a Squall that if you're getting popped by a lot of ships, you can burst jammer them out. And you could do the micro warp drive cloak trick. And if you get scrammed, you can warp core stab out, and you can take some of their cap with Gnosis. Again, it's just a meme. The missiles aren't going to kill them, so you might as well get some cap back. Good tank, better utility, better aligns. The Squall is the next up from the Epithal. I'll put this in the description for you as well. Okay, let's look at the next fit because I want to talk about other fits here. So consider that fit fixed already. We got our next fit here. This one at 230 million is coming in. Died to some NPCs, hauling a crap ton of PI. This was this person's null sec haul, and they got popped by an NPC, and I can tell you exactly why. So let's talk about how to fix this fit. Let's see it. All right, we're going to check out this Epithal here and show you where this person went wrong. This Epithal was in nullsec and was trying to do a cloak trick, and here's I think the first problem. My understanding is you can't do a cloak trick with a prototype cloak. I think you have to have improved. I think this is the first problem here. So I do believe that's the case. If that's wrong, I'm sure somebody will correct me. So I think you need the improved cloak to be able to do this. I think that's the number one thing first. The next thing we've got coming in here is we have, again, the align time fit with the micro warp drive on. So there's something to be said about having a micro warp drive fit with align. I understand that somewhat. Here's what I mean. When you're doing this micro warp drive fit, the lowest your align time is going to be is 10 seconds. because the activation duration of the micro warp drive is 10 seconds. So you can argue that you should fit a line in the lows for this so that you can be better on the align time. So you can just focus on getting out in case you don't need the micro warp drive cloak trick. I understand that. I get it. I think that makes some sense. What I don't like is how this guy was killed by an NPC. So what we have to try to understand is that this dude got popped by an NPC because fast aligning didn't save him. Look at his EHP. He's got 7-9 EHP. An NPC on a gate got him? Was this a gate? System location 2,500 off of a planet. So he was probably, I mean, I don't know if there's mobs warping. You know what? It's probably on a skyhook. So I think what we do here is we absolutely get rid of these align times because you're still at 10 seconds with the micro warp drive cloak trick. That's fine. And we just do the same darn thing, chat. We just bulk it up. He's got the wrong tank on here. This is a really good showcase of understanding how to fit ships a little bit better because he's on paper, this looks pretty good, right? He's got a bunch of shields. He's got a lot of rigs that are doing it, and it just didn't give him the effective HP that he needed. So we're literally just going to, I mean, I don't even need to do this. We're just going to show you the same fit that we just made. So you quite literally just need to do the same fit. Should he have a micro warp drive here, cloak trick against the mobs? You know, that's a tough one to say. Here's what I'll tell you. I don't think you should be flying an Epithal in an area where your skyhook is getting raided by a bunch of mobs. We have more than doubled his EHP here with this fit. Is the fast align that the Afterburner is going to give me the thing that's going to save me, or is it the micro warp drive cloak trick that's going to save me? You have to test it. Typically, the ships lock you so fast, the micro warp drive cloak trick don't matter. Absolutely just doesn't matter. So I wouldn't worry about that. I think you have to survive by getting out with this, with like tank. Another thing, if you're in low sec, if you're not in high sec, don't use an Epithal. I hope this is the #1 thing that people, I keep seeing people do, is they're using Tech 1 ships in dangerous areas of space. At least a Squall is going to be able to get away better than an Epithal because an Epithal is made of paper. It's one of the main differences between the Squall and the Epithal is this thing's made of absolute paper. So this fit will be in the description for you. 2 fits really showcasing the same problem that the Epithal is too squishy to be able to get anything done really. And you need to be able to move on to other ships in bigger areas of space. And I really hope that this helped a nooper out. I really helped one of you was able to hear this and is going to skill into bigger, better ships. The Squall is a natural progression of the Epithal. If you want all of our fixture fit videos, that's this playlist right here. And if you want the best Eve guides, you can sub right here. We'll see ya in the next video. Thanks very much. We'll see you soon.